Here are 3 things you should know about teen mental health. There's a lot of information about mental health conditions among teens, including Black, Indigenous, and people of color, or BIPOC, as well as other minority groups. Number 1. Anyone can have a mental health condition. One mental health study where thousands of teenagers were surveyed showed that almost half of all teens experience a mental health condition. Mental health conditions can affect certain groups of people more than others. The study also showed that racially and ethnically marginalized groups are at a greater risk of continuing mental disorders in adulthood, and this is largely due to barriers like misdiagnosis, lack of access to resources, and institutionalized discrimination. Mental health conditions going untreated can put you at a higher risk for suicide. Sadly, one of the leading causes of death in youth from ages 12 to 18. Again, due to different barriers, the risk is higher for certain groups of people more than others. For example, one study found that only 32% of Black depressed youth received any mental health care. Another study found that in 2021, 42% of LGBTQ youth thought about attempting suicide, including more than half of transgender and non-binary youth. Number 2. Mental health challenges present differently for different people. For example, the main symptom of one boy's depression is that he isolates himself from others, while another boy's main depression symptoms may be the inability to focus. Whatever the symptoms are, it is important that they are properly identified so a person can seek treatment for their mental health condition. If you or someone you know are experiencing a change in mood, isolation, change in academics, substance use, lack of or change in self-care, among other changes, these may be signs that mental health support is needed. Number 3. Even though support for mental health may be available, BIPOC or other minority communities may have certain barriers that can prevent them from receiving that support. Some of these barriers include lack of BIPOC providers, lack of culturally responsive care, lack of trust in healthcare, discrimination, stigma, and lack of resources such as health insurance. To learn more about resources and ways of supporting teen mental health in marginalized communities, please visit afsp.org/supporting diverse communities. If you're a behavioral health provider seeking information on evidence-based treatment, check out our multimedia solutions for continuing education and shareable client resources at psychhub.com.